fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices, secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shattered steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining. Today our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature, and we responded with the best of America, with the daring of our rescue workers, with the caring for strangers and neighbors who came to give blood and help in any way they could. Immediately following the first attack, I implemented our government's emergency response plans. Our military is powerful and it's prepared. Our emergency teams are working in New York City and Washington, D.C. to help with local rescue efforts. Our first priority is to get help to those who have been injured and to take every precaution to protect our citizens at home and around the world from further attacks. The functions of our government continue without interruption. Federal agencies in Washington, which had to be evacuated today, are reopening for essential personnel tonight and will be open for business tomorrow. Our financial institutions remain strong, and the American economy will be open for business as well. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbored them. I appreciate so very much the members of Congress who have joined me in strongly condemning these attacks. And on behalf of the American people, I thank the many world leaders who have called to offer their condolences and assistance. America and our friends and allies join with all those who want peace and security in the world, and we stand together to win the war against terrorism. Tonight I ask for your prayers for all those who grieve, for the children whose worlds have been shattered, for all whose sense of safety and security has been threatened. And I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of us, spoken through the ages in Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our resolve for justice and peace. America has stood down enemies before, and we will do so this time. None of us will ever forget this day. Yet we go forward to defend freedom.
I thank the members of all. Tonight I ask for your prayers, and I congratulate all those who grieve. For the children whose worlds have been shattered. For all whose sense of safety and security has been threatened. Does not mean, and I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of us. We still face terror the ages in Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil.
I am
before you were with me. Such men are a direct threat. This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our resolve for justice and peace. We've come to this moment. Americans take down any enemies before, and we will do so this time. That is our strategy. None of us will ever forget this day. Yet we go forward to defend freedom.
Major flames were coming out of
Raged capture by capture, cell by cell.
Yesterday, December 13th, at around
Our
8:30
security
p.m.
is assured by our perseverance,
United States military forces
by our
captured
true
Saddam
belief in
Hussein
successful
alive.
effort.
He was found
The
in a
United
farmhouse
States of
outside
America
the city of Madrid.
will not
Swift
relent
conducted without
till
casualties. And now the former dictator of
You have no
Iraq,
idea.
God bless the
who
people.
faced the justice he denied to millions.
Another plane has just hit
The capture of this man was
another
crucial.
building. Right into the
Massive
Yes,
kill.
yes,
his
right in the
name.
middle of the building.
For the Ba'athist holdouts, largely responsible
And
for the
right
current
now,
violence,
That,
will be
yes,
no
that was
return
definitely looked like it was
the
a
corrupt power and privilege.
You saw a
Yes, I
plane.
just saw a plane go in.
For the vast majority of Iraqi citizens
Why do you say that
who
was
wish to live as free men and
Because
women,
it just
this event brings further assurance
is the type of
torture
about,
chambers and the secret
I would say
police.
15 floors lower than the first building.
And this
there's
afternoon,
now
I have a
flames
message
coming out
to
of
the
that
Iraqi
building as well. They're both completely
You
on
will not
fire.
have
Now,
to fear the
Teresa, hang on
rule
with us
of
one second.
Saddam
We're
Hussein.
going to re-rack the
ever
tape
again.
of when we were talking to you. to
All
see what
Iraqis
we
who
can
take the
tell.
side of freedom
We can't
have
see
taken the winning side.
anything.
The goals of
We
our
can't see a
coalition
second
are
plane
the
in the
same
picture.
as your
There we
goals. Sovereignty for your country, dignity for your very culture, and for every Iraqi citizen, the opportunity for a better life. In the history of Iraq, in the outlaw regime that has ties to terrorist groups, hopeful day, and seeks or possesses weapons of mass destruction, all Iraqis as a great come together to be civilized to reject violence and will be confronted. The success of yesterday's mission is a trigger. We've begun the search for hidden chemical and biological weapons. And already know of hundreds of sites that will be investigated. We found the dictator's footprints in that vast country. The transition from dictatorship to democracy will take time, precision, but it is worth every effort. Our coalition will stay, and our coalition until our work is done. Have faced many dangers and in their effort to bring hope and freedom to the Iraqi people. Their work continues. And so do risks.
Yeah, it's unlimited
Okay.
amount of rounds fired if they
On
call
behalf
it.
of the nation, I thank the members of our armed forces, and I congratulate them. I also have a message for all Americans. The capture of Saddam Hussein does not mean the end of violence in Iraq. We still face terrorists who would rather go on killing the innocent and accept the rise of liberty in part of the Middle East. Such men are a direct threat. They will be defeated. We've come to this moment with patience.
As we work with Congress in the coming year to chart a new course in Iraq and strengthen our
That is
military
our strategy moving forward.
to meet the challenges of the 24th
War on terror is a
century,
different kind of deal.
we must also work together to achieve important goals for the American people here at home.